Hello, guys. Today I want to talk about why you should go out and do a lot in your 20s. So, if you're watching this, I mean, our viewers is really widespread, but if you're watching this and you're in 20s, I hope you enjoy. So, how did I get this whole idea? Uh, I think it was like a couple months ago, but around that time, I didn't know what really I wanted to. So, I went to a cafe, I had a book, I had my pen, and I had my note. I sat down for like around 4 hours and I just started writing what I really want and what I do really enjoy. Um, and it was a really good thing that I did. And during that time, the only thing that I could write was around four things. So I thought I knew a lot about myself, but when I sat down and started writing what I really want, the only thing that I could write was around four things. So it got me realizing that really, I don't really even know myself, right? So I thought, well, are there only four things that I like in my whole life? Um, and my conclusion was no. But uh, and I thought more into it, and I got the conclusion that you don't really know whether you like it or not if you haven't tried it. So if you ask, if you ask a guy in the North Pole whether they like the summer weather or not, it's probably gonna say, well, I don't really know, right? And I think that's exactly why you have to do a lot and experience a lot when you're young. And those experiences, I mean, some of it are not really gonna be enjoyable. It's just gonna be experiences that you do. But by having so, you're gonna have a better depiction about what you really like and don't. And that's why I think having a lot of experiences is really important. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share. So, as usual, my whole YouTube channel is going to be more dedicated to the people who are watching, the 200 and 300 people. So, I'm going to talk about all the other thoughts that I had during the day. So, the first thought is, why do I enjoy having a conversation with a person? Um, if you know me, uh, I really like having conversations with other people. And why do I enjoy that? And the whole reason I enjoy it is because I believe the only thing that matters in the whole world is actually stories. So there was a really rich guy who had a company that has like 300 employees or something, and I got a chance to meet him. And he was really fun to talk to. He actually said that he couldn't really understand the phrase "it's not the results." You guys might probably heard of it. Uh, it's the process, not the result. Um, and he said he didn't really get the hang of the meaning, and I didn't get the hang of the meaning as well because I thought the results were the important ones, right? But he said the grand scheme, or if you watch in a larger perspective, it's actually 100% certain that the result is death. So what's the result or the end result of Apple? I mean, it's going to get big, but one day it's going to die. So it's 100% certain that the result in the long term is going to be death. And that's why the process, which is the story, is what matters, right? And I really like that phrase. And another thing that I believe is that each person has a very unique story in their whole life. And after hearing him say that, I decided, no, I sort of realized that the actual important thing that you got to think about is the stories, right? And the stories that other people have. And I genuinely am really interested in other people's stories and what they're going to do, what they have done, and what they're doing. So, yeah, that's why I like having conversations with others. And that's why I started this whole channel in the first place. And I'm really glad that there's more and more people who are writing on comments, texting me, this and that, and sharing their whole stories to me. And yeah, I'm really glad. And another thing that I'm really glad is that there's more and more people saying that they feel as if they're having a conversation and they are feeling less lonely through this whole thing. That's the exact reason I started this. And um, yeah, I'm really happy with that. Another thing I want to talk about is, okay, I'm gonna do a whole review on this, but I love my Apple Music. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do a whole new video on that. Yeah, that's the second thing. Um, what's something else I want to talk about? So, I want to say that I found out that so last year, not last year, first year of my university, I was extremely into goals. So every day I was really focused on the end result and my goals and everything, and determination, um, reaching out, trying to thinking about the things that I can achieve, etc., etc. So I was less focused on doing the habits, like doing the actual things. And last year I was the complete opposite. I was more focused on what I could do daily, and having conversations with my friends who are really good at academics. They actually said they never actually thought about what they really wanted. They just did the daily things that they have to do, and at the end of the day, they just ended up at the, with good scores. So it got me thinking, okay, it's not thinking about the results or thinking about the goal. It's more about what you have to do every day. So I did that, and I think it's been 13 days now, and how should I put this? So I've been living with the second attitude, like thinking about what I do every day. But if I do it that way, I mean, I was too keen to that I have forgotten what I really wanted in the first place, and sort of lost. Oh, guys, by the way, that smoke is actually the boiler, boiler water steam. Anyways, so my house is not on fire, but yeah. So I found out that it's really important to have both. So specify what you really want, and then don't just think about that. Write down what you could actually do every day to really achieve that. And both are really important, because if you don't have a goal and you're just running, you don't really know why you're running and where to go, right? So you're like a really good engine that doesn't have a steering wheel. And if you're really good at thinking about the goal, but if there's no action, well, you're just like a navigation without engines. So you need both, right? So yeah, that's what I learned today. And what else did I do? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah. So yesterday I had a Belgian friend. I didn't had a chance to talk with him, but I went out with him and I had a long conversation with him. He, do we have any Belgian viewers here? Do you guys know that Belgium has not had a government for 6 months. Did you guys know that? He told me that Belgium had not had a wait, what was my yeah, they had not had a government for 6 months. Let me check if we have Belgian people geography. So oh, we do have. We have 300 viewers from Belgium. So if you're watching and you're Belgium, correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So this Belgium guy told me that you guys had not had a government for 6 months, and the funnier thing that he said was he was jealous about the Korean people treating the political things, right? And he was really happy. No, he said that he was sort of jealous about the American party, the American politics only having two parties. That was really thought-provoking for me because a lot of the time, not a lot of the time, like most of the time, I thought having two parties is like really detrimental, because there's no, the whole world is not left and right. It's more like, 16 degrees of the world. It's there's a lot of dimensions in the whole in how the whole government should function, and dividing it by two would not actually get things done right. That was my original thought, but he told me that Belgium actually has 8 parties, and because they have 8 parties, nothing actually gets done. So, for instance, let's say you need 50% to get some law passed in the Congress. And he told me that in Belgium, it's really hard for that number to be filled because there's 8 different parties who have completely different opinions. Okay? And he told me that. Another thing he told me is that he was really surprised, or he thought he said that it's really good that these Korean people come out to the streets and try to protest. And in South Korea, there's like this. So in South Korean politics, it's really divided into two. So most people think, in South Korea, most people think that it's really dangerous, or it's really unhealthy political view that we are too divided into two groups, and they are coming out talking about other people really bad, etc., etc. But he said he thinks it's actually good because that means people actually care about the politics. I was like, well, yeah, that like sort of does make sense, because if you didn't care, you wouldn't come out. Like, if you guys saw my video about anger is love, I mean, like, people are angry at what's happening. I think that has came out because they actually love their country. If they didn't really care about South Korea, why would they come out, angry? So he was like, well, I think it's really good that your people are coming out protesting angry. And I'm like, well, never heard of that, but that sort of does make sense, right? And I was like, well, if you guys have not had a government for 6 months, there's 8 parties. Aren't people? And he also told me that in Brussels is the capital of Belgium. He told me that in Brussels, people, like, there's one kill every week. There's one gun death every week. Did you guys know that? On average, there's one death every week in the capital of Belgium. What? And he was like, well, if that happens, shouldn't people come out and protest and etc. etc. He told me that, yeah, but like they're just busy working and they don't really care about the policies. I was like, well, okay, hearing that, maybe South Korea is this whole, what do you call that? Like, divided into two. What's the word? Not diversified. I don't know the word. Like, too much divided into two. This culture might be something good. who knows? So yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about. Another thing is, I have not bought the mic stand, but I think holding it like this is pretty nice. It's pretty good for me. It's nice. So I think I'll have it this way for a while. Yeah. What else did he tell me? Well, yeah, that's all I wanted to share. I'm gonna record on video on why I love my Apple mouse. I really love it, and there's so much hate on it, especially the charging, blah blah blah. And I'm gonna make a video on that separately. But besides that, yeah, that's I think all I wanted to share. And if you're still watching, thank you. You know, guys, you know what? There was a comment saying that, I think she was Italian. She said that she watches my videos to learn English. I was like, what? I am not a good example. I am not a person who you should learn English from. I mean, I do speak it, but I'm not really good at it. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm doing my best to get it better. Reading books every day, writing, and yeah. You know what? I think my English has gotten way better than the beginning. But the vocabularies is what I lack. Well, I can improve that, so let's get it done. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share. And I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya. Oh, and the necklace video. Maybe I'm just being lazy. I should just like edit it and upload, right? Yeah, I'll have it done very soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.